This is absolutely incredible. I just don't think I can put words to it. It's like I'm inside something like an ice cathedral, and I'm in awe that I'm here right now in what feels like it's towards the end of this magnificent lifespan of this tunnel. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? That stone has just fallen straight through. I'm just gonna photograph and get out of here, I think. Incredible. I've just been going around photographing abstract sculptures of ice, and I've just been quiet and I've enjoyed it. But I think it's time that I get out, because I'm not sure that I'm welcomed here much longer. I kind of feel like I've overstayed my welcome, and I say thank you. And it's time to head back, head outside. It feels good to be outside, but this was an incredible experience. Incredible. I can't honestly, I don't think I've experienced anything like it in photography. Closest I can get was maybe on Svalbard with the glacier, but that felt different. This was more like my adventure on my own, finding it, doing research, making it to the entrance, and then make my way down there. I feel pride. That's the feeling I get when I've left this ice cave. I feel pride. I'm proud. I've made my way back to the camp, and while I'm waiting for the water to boil, I looked around and I spotted this beautiful composition in my local creek, so to speak. And it's Midtre Ringstind with the evening sun reflected in this beautiful little pool here. There are some small ripples coming from a nearby stream, but it just adds to the scene. And these grey rocks in the foreground and the green moss surrounding it, it just makes it kind of dreamy, if that makes sense. I really like this composition, and I've done a lot of edge patrol, perfected the composition, and I'm at F14, focusing on the that rock right there. That should give the scene all the focus it needs. I'm photographing at 1/4 of a second and ISO 50, I think, lowest as possible. And I have a 2-second shutter delay not to get any camera motion for the photograph. So this is my last photograph of the day because I'm famished, I'm exhausted. That little experience I just had, it just drained me in a good way. So this is my final photograph for the evening, and then I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna get up for the sunrise. All right, here we go. Good morning, everyone. We are still in Jotunheimen, and it felt great to wake up and look to my right and see Midtre Ringstind, the mountain we're gonna photograph in just a couple of minutes. I am on my way to the spot I picked out yesterday, up by the river. It's not that far, fortunately, and you can see my campsite just down there with a little blue tent. It's only a maybe 15-20 minute walk. So we have, I wouldn't say plenty of time, but we have some time. It's easier when you have a plan, so you don't have to stress and wonder what to do. It's probably been freezing this night, and it still is, because the snow which I'm currently threading is much harder right now than it was when I came back down. Anywho, I'm probably going back to sleep after this, but first photography, then sleeping. So I found my composition, and I'm really happy about it. I'm figuring when it gets a bit brighter, then I can decrease the shutter speed a bit, giving a bit more substance to the water, because right now with the aperture I want to use, my shutter speed is around 4 seconds, and I think it's a bit too long. It kind of takes out everything interesting about the water. So really hoping to kind of get that up towards maybe 1 or 2 seconds as it gets brighter. If not, I'm gonna increase the ISO. But right now I'm at 4-second exposure, ISO 50, and at f14 I think. Yes, and that gives me a completely balanced picture. So just waiting for the light to hit the peak of Midtre Ringstind, and then we're good to go. I think it will be a great picture. I really hope so. So maybe 10 minutes and we have liftoff. Well, according to my watch, the sun has risen, and come on, Midtre Ringstind needs a hat. Give him a hat. It's happening every minute now. Oh, it's hitting there. It's gonna hit Midtre Ringstind and any second now, because it's just hit Store Ringstind. I have to be ready. This is it. Still no hat. I've been waiting 45 minutes and I'm cold. Oh, so cold. I don't know why it doesn't have a hat. Almost every peak around it has one. It must be something I've overlooked when planning this. Finally, after waiting an hour, almost giving up hope and heading back to camp to get myself warm again, Midtre Ringstind finally gets its hat. Oh, alright, so let's take the picture.
I want to end this video with something I wrote down in my travel journal towards the end. It feels like I accidentally found both hearts of the mountain. The cold blue lapis underneath the moraine and the warm golden citrine in the creek. And the funny thing is that I was not really looking for neither. They just appeared. And I was there at the right place, at the right time. I guess plans are alright, but you can only plan so far. If you don't improvise and let loose, you will lose sight of the little things, like looking back with your back against the wall. It's been a long time since I've been so pleased with the outcome of a hike. Well, pat on the back and one more cup of coffee before I go. One more cup of coffee before I go to the valley below.